Hey guys, it is Simon here. Welcome back to another video. First up, I'd just like to apologize. I haven't really uploaded anything the past few weeks because unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, I came home on a Thursday night and wasn't feeling too well. By 10 o'clock that night, I was down with the flu, and the next day I ended up giving it to my entire family. So we've spent the past few weeks just resting up. I've had a fair bit of time off work and we've basically just been trying to get better, but certainly I'm feeling a lot better now. So tonight we have some pickups to take a look at. I have one special item that I will leave towards the end of the video. So let's get started. Okay, first up, a little bit of love for the PlayStation 4. I've grabbed a copy of Far Cry 5. Now, the Far Cry games kind of got a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this series. I can remember playing the original Far Cry game way back when it released on the PC. I put about 2 hours into it. It was okay, but the game just didn't seem to hold my attention. It was very much the same with Far Cry 2. Far Cry 3, now I played that on the PS3 back in 2012 and I did enjoy that one. It was just, I really liked the atmosphere and the setting and the characters of the game. Played through it all, completed it, found it enjoyable. Far Cry 4, I didn't like the look of the setting or the villains. It was just meh. On the fence about that one. I put about an hour into it. Again, it didn't seem to innovate or change anything, so I kind of just put it on the back burner. Far Cry Primal came out after that. Was not interested in the look of that game at all. Far Cry 5, I did like the look of the settings and the characters in this game, but at the time of this game's release, I was busy playing other titles. I've had a few friends that have picked this up and they've said it's quite good. And Far Cry 6, well, I just flat out don't like the look of that at all. The settings and the characters and all these bright, crazy colors, it's just, I don't think I'm going to touch that until it drops in price, but that's just my personal opinion. If you enjoy the Far Cry games, that's fine, nothing against it at all. But I managed to pick up a copy of number 5 for $10, so at that price, I'm willing to give it a go. As I mentioned, I have got a few friends that have played it and they said that they've enjoyed it, so willing to give it a shot. Next up is a title that I am absolutely hyped for. It's Metro Exodus. Now, in my previous pickup video, I mentioned that I was going to play through Metro Redux. So Redux contained Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. I've done that. I've completed those, both of those games, and I've really fallen in love with the Metro series. It's just the atmosphere of these games. The enemy designs are absolutely brilliant. An example of that, when I was playing through Metro Last Light, I was walking through the ruins of Moscow and this creature jumped out from behind a car, and like the setting was just perfect. Like there was a storm rolling in, it was starting to rain, and there's thunder and this really heavy, strong wind and debris flying through the air. And when this creature jumped out, it just really startled me, and straight away pulled out the shotgun. I shot it about 4 times. I missed 3 of those times, only hit it once. But then this monster that, it was called a Watchman, sorry. And it looks like a giant rat slash mutated mole, just a mouthful of teeth, really, really aggressive looking beast. It backed up because it was injured, and then it stood up on its hind legs and then started calling out. And then all of a sudden, all these other Watchmen came, these reinforcements, and this giant fight ensued. It was just such good enemy design, and it's like that throughout all the Metro games. So it's really got me hyped to try out Exodus and see the changes that they've done with this game. Apparently this game's not as linear as the first 2. It's a lot more open world. You can do a fair bit of exploring, which is good because I just want to keep diving into the lore of these games. I might have to pick up the books and read through them, but really, really hyped to play this one. I just need to sit down and find some time that I can play through it. Now we have a title for the PlayStation 3. I've looked online at this game. I've watched a few YouTube videos. I've read a few reviews. It doesn't look like the best game, but I'm gonna wait until I play it myself before I pass judgment. It's Soldier of Fortune Payback. Now, why did I get this? Well, this is a story that goes way back to my PC gaming days, really early in my PC gaming days actually. And I played the original Soldier of Fortune. And it was the first time I had been exposed to a game with that type of graphical nature. Now, compared to today's standards, the original Soldier of Fortune is actually pretty tame. But back then, to play a game where you could run up to an enemy with a shotgun at point blank range, shoot him in the stomach, his intestines would fall out, you could blow their arms and legs off, it was pretty intense, and I really enjoyed playing that game. So a lot of fond memories growing up with that. And I've picked this up because I want to see where the series has traveled to from there. As I mentioned, I watched a few YouTube videos, and it looks like this new Soldier of Fortune game, well, not new anymore, it's really followed the kind of Call of Duty route. So real fast action sequences and like cut scenes and just really, really quick action. So I don't know, but I'm just looking forward to playing and kind of seeing where the series has gone. So I'll pass judgment on this one when I've put a few hours into it, I think. Next up, we have a PlayStation 2 game, and I actually haven't picked up any PlayStation 2 games in a while, but I've grabbed a copy of Mace Griffin Bounty Hunter. Now, I first saw this game on an Australian YouTuber's channel called G-Man Lives. Really great channel. He does really good in-depth reviews, mainly sticks to PC and covers a lot of the old games. So I'll leave the link to his YouTube channel in the description below. Jump on there and check him out, really, really good. And basically, he did a review on this game, and it came out on the PC, the original Xbox, and obviously the PlayStation 2. And I would consider this title a little bit of a hidden gem when it comes to early FPS games. Pretty basic story in this game. You are a bounty hunter, and you're in this science fiction system called the Vanguard system, and it's all the way on the edge of the universe somewhere off in outer space. And there's all these other big massive corporations, and they're all kind of vying for all this money, and you work alongside, as mentioned, as a bounty hunter, and you're helping the Enforcer police service. So pretty straightforward story like most FPS games, but the gameplay in this is really, really good. Well, that's what I feel anyway. It just seems to play really, really smoothly, and it's not just a first-person shooter. It has these events in the game where it seamlessly transitions from being a first-person shooter to a space shooter, where you jump inside the cockpit of your spacecraft and you can see all the controls, looks really, really cool, and you fly around fighting all of these enemies. So really, really good seamless transitions that the PlayStation 2 seemed to handle pretty well, and I find that interesting. I don't know why, it probably sounds strange, but I just find that interesting because you've got to remember the PlayStation 2 wasn't the most powerful system, so to see a console do that, I just find interesting. But this is a game I'm definitely going to be making sure I play through and complete 100%. As mentioned, I just feel it's a little bit of a hidden gem. Okay, so we are now at the end of the video, and as promised at the very start, I said I was going to show you guys a special item. So here it is. Going to do a little bit of a rough, quick unboxing. So I'll just remove it from its postal packaging. Came all the way from the United States. Slowly undo it because I want to be able to place it back in this when I'm done. But this is a pretty cool item. Well, I think so anyway. This is an Uncharted 1 Drake's Fortune press kit. I can say that I've never seen any of these for sale anywhere. It's the first time I've ever really seen one, and it was kind of just right place at the right time. I was talking to a friend over Instagram, and we just got a little bit of a conversation, and he mentioned that he had an Uncharted 1 Drake's Fortune press kit for sale, and he asked me if I wanted to purchase of it. So yes, pretty much straight away agreed. And this is just crazy. Like, I've seen Uncharted 2 press kits for sale, Uncharted 3, the Uncharted 4 press kits, and the Uncharted 4 press kits were actually pretty cool. There were 4 different kits, one for each region of the world. But as mentioned, I'd never seen an Uncharted 1 press kit. So let's kind of take a quick look at it. Now, this looks very similar to the Uncharted 2 Invitational kit. It looks like this old book, really weathered tomb. Now, it doesn't look like the Uncharted 2 press kit, but the Invitational kit, which we looked at on the last pickup episode. So let's just open it up and kind of see what's inside. Just on the front here, it says the Chronicles of Sir Francis Drake. So it says there must be a beginning of any great matter, but the continuing unto the end until it be thoroughly finished yields the true glory. So Francis Drake, 1587. So this is freaking cool. So we'll just turn the page, show you guys what's next. So it just talks about the contents. You've got chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, and it goes on from there. The next page, a little bit of an introduction. Next page, chapter 1, the birth of a legend. So Sir Francis Drake there. It's got this really cool looking bookmark there, old map. And then this is where it opens up and shows you all the press materials. So you've got your media disc, you have your code of the full game. So that's the full Uncharted Drake's Fortune game for members of the press to play through and make their reviews. Then we have a photograph here, a little booklet that kind of goes into a little bit of information about the game. Then we have a map. I'll just fold this out carefully and give you all a look. So there it is there, Sir Francis Drake just up in the corner. And this photo actually has holes punched in it. So I think it's like some type of little code. You can move it around and look for stuff, but I haven't really sat down to kind of go through this yet. And then after that, we just have a letter, and that is addressed to Nate himself. So that is it's a pretty cool item to have. It's a nice little chunk of history, I think. Well, it's not like a crazy piece of history, but it's just a nice little piece of history to have, because when the original Uncharted game came out, that was when Naughty Dog went from like the Jak and Daxter series, these light-hearted games, and they went into a more kind of serious type of game. And they had a lot of doubters back then as well, but the original Uncharted went on to become a hit, and a lot of people worldwide absolutely loved the game. It went on to spawn so many various different sequels and games, from the PS Vita all the way through the PS3 to the next 2 games on the PS4. So it is pretty cool to have a little piece of history like this, and I feel very grateful for it. Well, that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments section below, what have you guys picked up recently and what have you been playing? Myself, as mentioned, I just finished playing through Metro Redux. So now it's time to move on to Metro Exodus. The hype is real for me with this game. I've got it all installed. All the updates are done on the PS4 Pro. I'm going to spend all weekend diving into this title. I seriously cannot wait. Now, as always, guys, remember, keep that positivity flowing. Make sure you all enjoy your gaming, because that's what it's all about. It's about kicking back and relaxing in this brilliant hobby that we all share. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time with more PlayStation content.